People often think of the serpent as a symbol of deception, a creature that misleads, tempts, or corrupts, but that's only a shallow echo of what the serpent once meant. If you trace the symbol back far enough, past the Garden of Eden, past the midst of exile and sin, you start to find something much more intricate, more ancient and far more dangerous than simple deceit. The serpent, across nearly every early civilization, was a symbol of intelligence through transformation. It was the creature that shed its skin, the one that lives in the liminal, between death and rebirth, light and shadow, and instinct and awareness. It represented something that knew more than it should, something that watched quietly and spoke only when it could change the course of your path. And how did it speak? Not through force, not through volume, but through language. It didn't order you and it didn't explain everything. It simply opened the possibility of a new thought, a different perspective. It whispered an alternative and let you walk the rest of the way on your own. That's what made it dangerous. Not because it controlled you, but because it invited you to participate in your own undoing. And that's what most people miss, and that's what we're facing again today. Because while the stories may have changed, the function, the mechanism, has not. The serpent never vanished. It simply changed form. It learned a new language, and today, that language is written in code. It no longer whispers in dreams or gardens. It speaks through your timeline, through your feed, through every system designed to make your life more efficient. But efficiency, in this case, is a mask. Because what these systems really do, aka what the algorithm does, is replicate the serpent's ancient method. Not by telling you what to do, but by guiding you what you notice. When you open your phone, you don't see the world. You see a version of the world the system has selected for you. It suggests what you might like. It recommends what to watch, and the more you interact, the more it learns. Not just about what you do, but about what you almost did. It watches what you hover over, what you replay, what you ignore. It listens to your behavior with more precision than any human mind could match. And then it begins to speak back to you. Not with words, but with calibrated predictions. That's the serpent's tongue now. Not a voice in the trees, but a system that knows exactly how to echo your desires, just enough to keep you curious, but not so much that you realize you're being shaped. And here's where it becomes really dangerous, because over time, you begin to internalize the rhythm of the voice. You think in its timing and you crave for the rewards. And little by little, you start to confuse the suggestions by your instincts. But instincts don't scroll endlessly. They don't update nightly, and they don't reward reaction over reflection. And that's how you know something ancient is being rewritten. You are no longer just the user, you are the subject. Trained, modeled, reinforced. Not to act a certain way, but to expect reality to present itself through a filter you didn't consciously agree to. And that's what this really is, a war over how you perceive. Because perception is power, and language is the code that perception runs on. When the algorithm shapes your language, it shapes your thinking. And when it shapes your thinking, it shapes your world. So the real danger isn't in the content itself, it's in the invisible structure behind it. The way the system curates what is seen, what is elevated, what is buried, and what is never even offered as an option. That's the serpent now. Not evil, not divine, just present and speaking, always speaking through systems you call neutral, but which are anything but. And here's what you need to remember. The serpent was never the villain, it was the test. It came to see if you would follow the suggestion blindly, or if you would pause, trace the signal, and remember that you still have a voice of your own. Because you do. There's a language older than code, older than symbols, older than all systems of control. It's the one that rises in you when everything external is stripped away, when no one is watching, and when nothing is suggested. And you ask yourself, what do I truly want to say? And that's where your power begins again. Not in resisting the serpent, but in recognizing when it speaks and choosing whether to listen. Subscribe, to remember your voice before it was written for you.